Pichu. Lucina. 3, 2, 1, go! Start battle! Lucina, Pichu! 3, 2, 1, go! V2 wins! Start battle! V2 Wolf! 3, 2, 1, go! V2 wins! Start battle! Wolf! 2. V2. Mega Man. V2. 3, 2, 1, go! Wolf wins! Start battle! Wolf! B2! 3, 2, 1, go! Start battle! B2! Whoa! 3, 2, 1, go!
界を超える。
Start battle. Pichu. Club. 3, 2, 1, go!限界を超える。Start battle. Hit. Pichu. 3, 2, 1, go! Start battle. Elle. 3, 2, 1, go! Start battle. Pichu. Hit. 3, 2, 1, go! Start battle. P2. 3, 2, 1, go!
It's game over for you!
Start battle. P2. Hit. 3, 2, 1, go! Stock battle. Ichu.
Okay, hello. Right now I'm standing with my setup, but I'm gonna have to get a seat soon. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay on the mic. Good luck. I'm actually not entered today, James. I'm actually literally. I came here just to coach, and now I'm here to. Now I'm here to run the stream. It's called Smashjam because Smashjam is the name of the event.
I'm really confused. That's my trademark, dude. Oh, man. Love the grabs. Yeah. Alright. In an alternate dimension, today I'm either playing Mega Man.
Okay, we have Minmax versus Elle.
Wait, then why didn't you sign up with the other account?
Okay. I can't say that this is a matchup I've seen before, but
I think people who are actually, if you haven't even heard of it, actually unironically
We just tried it, right? Well, there's talk about going to...
oop, I got just a couple more things.
that is separate from this entire community that is being ran by the terrorism.
We support all Zero Suit Samus players.
Yeah,
good stuff.
And they want to all show up and play Mega Man because it's on January 8th, the day after Mega Man drops.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I can rest of the year.
Okay.
This is one of those, it's just so crazy.
All right.
That's so good.
I think this is. I don't know if it's best of 5. Yeah, we had a stranglehold on from ZSS for a very long time. You and I would both know, James. But what I can imagine how this matchup would end up going is that Mega Man's gonna have to use a lot of the tools to basically lock down ZSS's movement a little bit more, because the agility is definitely gonna help ZSS out in neutral. Still though, the kill power, which you can see right there, is going to be still pretty evident on Mega Man's part. It's just that sometimes if you're not familiar with the character, he's a bit awkward to control. It looks like they know what they're doing. But yeah, just sort of, I can see like a lot of the projectile sort of stuff, so Metal Blade, Crash Bomb, and Leaf Shield should end up doing quite a bit, because the pellets are like pretty solid, but you do have to create that sort of space fine. You have to close in decent enough.
There will also be one.
Overall though, it's pretty even so far.
You might know that you're a little more old. Doctor Who.
Ooh,
He was in Jasper.
that won't kill, but it'll be big damage.
We should show up while
We'll initiate him.
we will initiate him as a Mega Man player.
I wonder how many like normies we can get into the big two.
I also think that it may be a little bit difficult for Mega Man to like really lock down ledge play for ZSS, because ZSS is, I would say, kind of notoriously hard to lock down because of the extra escape options. Although Mega Man is generally a pretty strong ledge trap character, so we'll see how that ends up playing out in this particular match. But for now, we're strapped in between. I'd say a lot of kind of close quarters interactions coming through here, and it's sort of, I think it ends up working a little bit more so in the favor of Mega Man when it's up close, but I could be wrong. This is just an observation so far. Platforms are a big help in this matchup. Gotcha.
There is nothing to ruin. This is a very casual.
Just sort of that you want to, I think you want to really try and make use of the whip in this. Oh, honestly, that was pretty close to having the ability to use the rush coil to jump back on. Let me see if I can grab a chair real quick here. I'll be right back.
Start battle. Mega Man.
I now have a chair. Okay, here we go. Putting the suit on.
Because when you think about it, the top
Gravity suit, to be specific.
Yeah, so
probably start going off again.
All right.
If push comes to shove,
I did play this matchup in Smash 4. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. I'd say that probably the one thing that was probably the most annoying part was just that you really have to be cognizant of how close Mega Man actually is to you in neutral when you're charging charge shot, because the slightest hit from a pellet will completely remove your charge. So other than that, the match was pretty doable, but because Samus wants to get a little bit more of that space and room to try and charge things up, sometimes Mega Man makes it a little bit annoying to create that space. Just ends up being just kind of a bit of a pest in a sense. But Samus has pretty good priority and pretty good ability to challenge and beat out many of the moves that come out. So basically it's just sort of making sure not to get too caught up. I will say grab is probably going to be a little bit... It is a pretty laggy option in this particular matchup, and depends on, I guess, how much the Mega Man is trying to move around, but it will be a little bit difficult to hit. Max ended up seating stand and not using platforms. Best way to get around. Yeah. Okay. So there's another quick stock there by Elle. Pretty good stuff. So basically, it's apparently a bit of an inside joke that what they're planning to do, the reason why Elle is playing Mega Man, I would assume, has partly to do with training. There is a group of people who are trying to make a trip to a Banff tournament and invade all as Mega Man. So, you have to make sure that you're prepared when you're making such an option. Okay. Min-Max getting a lot of grabs off here. Managed to get a pretty decent amount of damage there. Now from here, this is when things go through. Mega Man drops in Banff January 8th. Step, are you a part of it? Okay, that's going to kill though. Back air, the one thing is that, back air is one of those options that you just really won't realize how strong it is until you start seeing Mega Man active again. Mega Man's not super common, but if you actually have them in your region, then you will see them use some of their kill options. All of a sudden, you will be surprised at how much strength he's got in some of those options. Up tilt is also crazy strong, and one setup that I saw because I played against Peanut while I was in Seattle was the Crash Bomber setups. Were actually really interesting to see. I hadn't seen that before, but quite a lot of potential options to really make Mega Man's movement and options very tricky. Though it does depend on the control, right? Because ultimately it does break pretty easily. It can be transferred, and then up air is another one that's very interesting to get used to. It's kind of it can be extremely strong at times, but other times you kind of need to sort of set it up. But depends on how you start positioning people in advantage.
So this is the rule set. It is the all these new things you're afraid we can never change anything with that.
Can you leave that water
Okay, here's a bit of an edge guard opportunity.
It's just Smashjam. No, it's not.
The thing is that Leaf Shield, I don't think actually ends up doing all that much for the ledge interaction. It'll add a little bit of damage, but it won't be that crazy. So if Min-Max wants to, he can choose to just kind of lay low and take it patient. Obviously, he doesn't want to wait too long because potentially other things like F smash or a dare could come through, so it's something to always be wary of. But if you don't have too much of a threat to get off of ledge with the recovery options that you have, then sometimes refreshing is actually kind of nice because you get the invincibility back. You could choose to try and make a break for it right away, or you can just go back to ledge. Oh, that's going to kill. Not quite enough drift, but that's going to do it. And Max is done with that set. So that's 3-0 for Elder. just a couple of situations. I would say like most of the neutral was working out okay, but some of the reasons why it didn't quite pan out had to do with a couple overextensions and burning resources in situations where, yeah, the recovery was going to end up being very difficult. So B has a little bit of it doesn't have enough drift to it on its own, and so in a situation like that, maybe if he dropped down a little bit lower, he might have been able to snap ledge, but it's still not an ideal situation to be putting yourself in. So it's something to watch out for, but it's ultimately, it is what it is. GG's for both of them. We're going to get another match on here right away. We're getting Rustman and someone else. Might be. Is this Plantain? Is it Plantain? What's the tag? Pride? Or Pride? Sorry, my bad. Okay, Pride. So we're getting Rustman Pride. This will be good. I've got to pull up a bracket as well. Be good to see. This is a double elimination bracket. Typically these ones are run round robin, but this time around it's a little bit more time sensitive, so they're going for a double elimination bracket, and it's a championship edition. So, oh yeah, they didn't finish the last game. So, yeah. You guys have to pick up where they left off. Okay.
I love that. I won't go back and forth. Throw Adam's best friend.
But sorry, yeah, it's a championship edition, which means that it's basically a 2-day event. I think it's 17 entrants, if I'm not mistaken. With it being a 2-day event, basically it means that there's 2 qualifying rounds. The finals is on Saturday, so tomorrow, and it's going to be essentially the people who qualified on today, so Friday, and people who qualify tomorrow, battling it out for the prize pool. It's kind of an interesting way to go about it because it's sort of like almost like a larger tournament, but it's in a weekly format. It is kind of nice in the sense for flexibility purposes, but every time it's run, for some reason, I always seem to have something come up for day 2. So I'm never available to actually stay there. That's why I'm not entered today, because I'm technically here the whole time, but I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be available for the finals on Saturday.
I will face a character that gets absolutely nothing. I want to beat him in Dragon this week.
Okay, and the winner of this plays QC, which is like a pretty solid next round after that. It's going to be difficult either way. But the top seeds here are going to be QC, Kalashnikov, Pachacamac, and Elle. Those are the top seeds for today. Okay, Pride starting off with Mario. Mario is kind of an interesting matchup because Yoshi's double jump ends up making sure that you have to be very tight with your ladder combos. Being able to potentially jump out if you're slightly off is a little bit more pressure. And Yoshi and Mario are going to have... It's going to be an interesting time for Mario trying to get in versus some of Yoshi's hitboxes because, say, Yoshi has kind of more of the consistency with it. He's not like supremely, he's not really disjointed per se, but I could see it playing a little bit more so in Yoshi's favor if they end up having a clash or they end up hitting moves very close together. That being said, we will see. They kind of have similar kits for trying to open up each other. Yoshi obviously with a little bit more aerial control. And I think that's going to be like one of the big determining factors in the match that we're going to see here. Good nair there by Rustman. Good coverage. Catching him just as he's drifted in towards the stage. Maybe a little bit too close. But it's the start of the set, so start getting used to each other. Maybe it's something to keep in the back for the future. Okay. I think a little bit too much pressure was coming through on Rustman there, and so he started to end up going for, I would consider, a fair amount of like panic options. But pretty saucy combo to start out the new stock. Big pressure, okay. Eggs are going in. And yeah, kind of the tough part for both of these characters is that they both have really great out of shield, which means that ending your turn directly on the characters is actually going to work against both of them. However, that being said, I mentioned earlier that the hitboxes are going to be a little bit more favorable for a lot of the hitboxes are going to work out more so in the favor of Yoshi. That was pretty unfortunate, but apparently it was supposed to be a side B. But yeah, the up B, once it connected, it was kind of like, oh yeah, that's going to do it there. But again, this is best of 5, so there is a lot of time to try and figure out new stuff with it. Though Rustman, I would say, is playing pretty solid. Okay, here's an egg setup. Just managed to get a little bit of damage in it, but didn't confirm into anything. Okay, pretty good egg placement, honestly, and then caught the dare from ledge with up smash. So 1-0 start. We'll see where they end up going. Generally Mario likes PS2 and the tri-plat stages. We have Yoshi's available, which is also a pretty good stage for Mario, and I imagine to a degree for Yoshi as well too. We'll see what comes into play here. Yeah, Rustman. Is it?
Did you post any streams and
I haven't yet. I actually have to. That's a good point. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if I end up streaming this as much, because I don't come to all of these, but when I do stream them, maybe
you stream
yeah. I was wondering, you may as well just give me, or maybe you should give me some of the TO things so I can input scores for stream matches.
If you are fine live recording your stream setup,
Yep.
then sure.
I can do that.
I would just give you a bracket manager role, and then
Yeah, basically. I'm just saying, it might be something to consider if, because it's pretty common that I'm at the I have a stream, so if I've got a computer and stuff, then it's pretty easy to do. Okay. While I was a little bit distracted, we have a quick lead here for Rustman. I would say kind of the one thing that's very unique about Pride, as basically just with play style, is that I would say he's very kind of pedal to the metal in terms of the options that he tries to pick, and it's very it's aggressive, but in a way using a lot of options that are often I guess unconventional for the situation. If they hit properly, then they work really well. But sometimes if it throws them out of position, then it can lead to some risky situations. Now, that being said, here Rustman's managed to open up a pretty sizable lead here, and sort of that fair is really putting in a lot of work here, along with the grabs, honestly, as well. Okay, and oh wow, if that release came through, then it actually would have definitely sealed the stock there, but ooh, okay, drop through with the nair. That almost would have worked. Good stall, honestly, because if he'd end up just going from above immediately, he might have been vulnerable for an attack. So it's honestly a pretty good delay there. And tried to go for the up smash, just a little bit off. That can hit above the platform, but yeah, it's was just a little bit off horizontally. Okay, there, and that'll do it, yeah. Back here. Probably tried to jump out mid-hit or something. QC, there's a Thug Finals, and it's versus me, and then the winner goes to tomorrow. So, no,
well, we are joking like right now it's 440. If people just want to like not play top 4, then we can have like Thug Finals versus Andrew Solomar, and the winner gets whoever takes the least damage in one game gets first seed.
There's a potential Thug Finals path into my soul line. Maybe content. People are scared of it. I'm hearing it. They were watching that Iron Man. Okay, try to switch over to the Marth, which I'd say honestly, Marth, it's good to try and change it up, especially considering didn't really feel like things were going his way the starting 2 games. May as well try and switch things up with a different character. I think that Marth's Disjoint is going to provide a little bit more control of space, which is, I would say, arguably something that he would definitely want to have a little bit more of. And hopefully from there being able to translate into other sort of things. I felt like the scrapping earlier just wasn't really kind of working in his favor, and Russman was taking it away. But this is definitely a lot more even, at least compared to last game. But to be fair, game 1 was also pretty solid both ways.
That makes even less sense.
Okay, good dare there. I was expecting a back air, but it ended up being dare, and still knocked away. Oh, got caught there. Oh, good F tilt. It's not going to kill, but this leads to a really good, clean edge guard there. Even game. Basically FD right now. Okay. The part where I think things will get particularly dangerous for Pride here would be with respect to getting caught in juggles. I think juggles will be a lot harder to get out of, but it does depend on Russman's ability to deal with some of the disjointed landings, which are committal, but if you don't properly play around it, then you can end up getting counter hit. Mark down air, for example, is pretty laggy, but if it hits like it is, pretty disjointed, it's pretty strong. Yo, what up, Ryan? Hopefully you're doing well today. So we got a little bit of a lead here for Russman. Recovers high. Oh, that dash attack was actually pretty close to hitting it. But good delay, good air dodge in, and yeah. I think Pride's doing a lot better with the coverage and the positioning. Definitely putting up a wall there, and good catch there, fair into up air. It wasn't true, but it was close enough connection to be able to really close that stock. I know he's definitely going to try and look for a little bit of extra credit, trying and get some stuff going. Okay, shields. That almost killed with the DI, but didn't kill. That will do it though. Good catch, good weight there from Pride.
Milk goes hard.
You're going to try and make it for tomorrow? Nice. Unfortunately, I can't make it for tomorrow, so there won't be a stream, but there's a stream today. Okay, here we go. Oh, the egg did connect, but the positioning of the forward air was not quite... Oh.
It's okay. I tried it. Don't worry. Keep playing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So it was Pride that paused, but they're both just going to keep going. Honestly, respectful, because let's be honest here, it's just not... Leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth if that's how you end up ending the set. Okay, good. It was a good up tilt there, but then didn't convert off. Almost reversed by Pride there right away afterwards. And yeah, there's like a bit of a... There's a little bit too much safety in Pride's gameplay that Russman's not fully accounting for. And so when he tries to go for lots of grabs and sort of things, he's just whiffing. But this is not the greatest situation for Pride. Now we're looking at a spot. It's basically, I think I'm going to start seeing some kill options coming through here in just a second. Oh, good weight, good weight. Also, really good recovery there from Russman. Really trying to make sure not to get too antsy, too impatient. Taking his time around the situations, which really worked out for him. Oh, that was close to connecting. And the up smash almost came out, and the up air almost hit there too. This is an honestly very close ending here. I think Okay, yep, that up smash did it there. Yeah. Just one of those kind of hard commits. Didn't end up paying out, but still, very tight game. Very good stuff. You'll love to see it. You put yourself in jail. You went for a BK skip. Oh, did you do a fire BK skip?
Oh, I did, but you picked it. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, stop. So you won on Yoshi's, you can't pick. Unless he's okay with it. But your logic there was just kind of funny. It doesn't matter who picked it in the first place. If you won, you can't pick it now.
No. Let's just play by the rules. Sorry, what? It was Lilac. You bad? No. Baby fan Okay.
It's just Russman as an avid Yoshi's enjoyer can't get lucky that he plays Mario. He thought, oh, Mario Yoshi. And then Russman does Russman stuff. And then he's like, oh yeah, no, it makes sense.
Well, I don't think he meant it that way. It just happens.
No, I'm analyzing decision making there. Because it's funny that Brian would pick Yoshi versus Russman because he plays Mario. When Russman does that to other people.
He might not know that. Also, I think it's a pretty decent stage for Mario still.
Yes, but the way that Russman plays, I don't know if you're gonna get those big combos with your double jump armor and your drifting around.
Here we go. So we're on Battlefield though, and we'll see where this ends up coming through. This is actually a pretty clean start here for Russman. Starting off strong, getting just mostly like a lot of like solid damage. Hasn't quite been counter hit yet, but we'll see how the stock ends up being taken, if it does. Or if Pride's able to sort of work his way in here, which it looks like he's starting to get a little bit of some openings, just a small bit. But definitely that control is making a lot, or that disjoint is making the control of the stage a lot easier for Pride. So counterpick seems to be working pretty well for him. He tried to do Deku BK still. That's how it goes. Okay, I think, yeah, it has the double jump still. So one thing that Russman has been doing up to this point here, he has been doing a decent amount of high recoveries, and he's been staying out of range, which is good. But one thing that does come through, potentially be picked up on, is sometimes it's a hard commit in terms of resource expenditure. And so if you end up being able to track or shadow someone who's recovering very high, it can often set you up in situations where it's a little bit more like a 50-50 or trying to really like hard mix up as you have to land, which means that if that's the opportunity every time, it's something that Pride might be able to pick up on in the future. Both using flashes, Russman rolling through, and here we are. He ends up holding center stage here, then it will be hard for Pride to end up killing Russman here, so we'll see how this goes, but pretty decent pressure coming through here. Making use of egg as well to try and get things going. Okay, high recovery, took the stage space that he was able to force. The one thing that is nice about recovering high, thanks. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Red? Oh, this is for the coaching, sorry.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it was venue stuff and I was like, what?
Andrew makes so much payout that he's not concerned about getting money for the people he coaches.
I mean, if you think about it this way, my venue fee and my coaching fee cancel out. So.
Yeah, but you gives it to me, which is nice.
The TOs, greedy TOs, the rich get richer. Am I right, fellas?
I'm still down $50 until 5 more people make. So. But I think there'll be some more people that get. Wait, actually, I'm lying.
Oh, that was close to being not a recovery, but it was just enough. Sometimes what you can do as well with Marcina is you can also do side B near the peak of the double jump, and it will basically boost you up just a tad more, but you have to be careful with it because if you do it too late, then you're mega dead. Still though, good situation here for Russman. Didn't manage to combo off of the egg, so now Pride is back, but he's been holding this lead for most of the game. Getting through, oh, that was close to hitting, and then dropped through with aggressive landing, Yoshi Bomb. That worked in his favor there. This whole time beforehand, he's been doing air dodges and other sort of defensive landings. So the fact that he mixed it up there is actually really great. There's a good wrench in the plan. Oh, it was tipper there, but it's not quite enough. Oh, got hit with the dare. And the grab goes out just long enough there to be able to hold it. And this is okay situation. Potentially, Mason Man would probably go for a fair there. It's basically just kind of like a quick catch to see if someone is reacting or not. Not necessarily true all the time, I think, but it's something that's pretty close. Okay, a little bit of a risky or accidental air dodge near ledge. Pride cleans it up. Good stuff. So a little bit of a lead here still for Rustman. Not as much as at the start of the game, but we'll see how this ends up coming through. Okay, recovers back. All right, this is a ledge or a platform situation. Okay, leaving potential edge guard to ledge trap. Nair's back on. Oh, but air dodges off, and that made it back. Oh, but the down B was good, but it didn't kill. Okay. Oh, but then the counter had more leg than I expected actually, but really good set. I actually thought that was really enjoyable to watch, and saw lots of good stuff come through for both sides. I think some of the things that Pride can be happy about is the extra stage positioning that was gained from using Marth over Mario. I think as a matchup choice for him, it would be better. Rustman just did a very good job of slowly whittling away neutral and basically using a few options to use projectiles to soften things up, but also drifting in very strong, mixing things up with good grabs, and I would say kind of the extended advantage, basically tech chases and all that other sort of stuff, was really in Rustman's favor. So that was something that was probably the most deciding factor. Other than that, caught him a few times with a couple of call-out options, and that was enough to take the stocks. Brendan, you have two people. You have Soul and Leroy say you are Rust Goat.
Oh, yo!
So
That's awesome.
yeah. There you go, fellas.
The gold one's fine too, but it's not. I wonder if there's 3 I don't think any of those. There's 2. I'm done.
Renton, we can get one here, by the way.
That's a very good idea.
Let's get Kalashnikov versus Eternity on stream. Oh, Eternity.
That's why I think not a lot of people do that. It's unfortunate. There aren't very many good green skins.
So Kalashnikov Eternity. Oh, Brendan, Step said so too. Your fans in the chat.
That is awesome. They're my goats too. So.
He said they're your. He's.
Soul Goat, Leroy, my goat.
So he said Soul Goat, Leroy Goat, Step Goat. Step Goat just sounds like a family member. If Mango was your in-law, or not your in-law, but your stepbrother, Step Goat.
Well, tomorrow will be strange. Well, that and Logan Eternity for a round.
Alrighty here. So Kalashnikov Eternity. This is actually going to be an interesting set. I think Kalashnikov is playing Wario today, which a couple of the other times, I think he showed up playing Bayonetta one time. I know he's got Belmonts around, but I think it's Wario today. So we'll see what that ends up doing here. I'm going to do a quick washroom break, so I will be right back. I'm going to predict the characters. Actually, wait, no, hold on. Make a quick adjustment here. That's my Sorry, this is my prediction. I will be right back, fellas.
Start battle. Wario, Captain Falcon.
Okay, sorry. The washroom is actually occupied, unfortunately, so I can't do it right now, but later. I did get the characters right, I got the ports wrong, and I got the skins wrong. Honestly, this is a pretty interesting matchup to see, so let's see what they end up both being able to do. Oh, sorry, this is the right one. Here we go. It's one of those ones where both of them are going to be very, very capable of comboing each other. Difficult portion for Falcon in this matchup is going to be potential edge guards and 2-frames. Wario's got a lot for that, and Falcon's recovery isn't the greatest for accounting for some of that stuff. But there's also going to be pretty strong hitbox selection available for Eternity here with Falcon. Falcon's got a lot of moves with pretty good range for a melee character. Tried to catch a roll or something there, but it was just a little bit off. Ended up getting punished with a dash attack. Okay, here we go. This is bad. Yeah, that's going to do it. Unfortunately, the air dodge ended up just coming at the worst time. It was just a little bit unfortunate for the situation, but when you don't have double jump, then just take your stock. Alright, potential pressure situation. That's something else is that we'll see how Eternity deals with it, is the high bike recoveries. Depending on the character, some characters can do an okay job at covering it. I think Falcon can probably do it, but if you if the Wario positions it right, then it can actually be very difficult to account for still. A lot of times you have to do it as kind of like a hard call out. And then that opens up a potential opportunity to recover below. So we'll see. Ooh, good coverage there, yep. And then with the DI, that's going to do it. Pretty strong start here for Kalashnikov, though. But that's to be expected. Kalashnikov's someone who doesn't show up to all the events, but when he does show up, makes it work. Over the summer, got 7th at Lacombe Dome. And that was a regional, right? So pretty solid performance there. Has had potential solid performances or almost upsets as well in past events. Just overall very solid player. I think part of the reason for attendance has to do with not being super close to events, but I could be wrong. So whenever he's in town, I think it's something that he can make a little bit more of an opportunity for. But either way, 1-0 right now for Kalashnikov.
Well, I assume by the conversation. I was like,
Yeah.
Downside to the tiny bit below, but not really.
Yeah, it's not low enough. So your main goal is like
Okay, switching to Fox. Okay, now this matchup, I will be honest, I don't know all that much about either, but we'll see what ends up coming through it. I mean, Fox is going to have quite a bit more frame data to deal with stuff up close and really just lay on a lot of pressure. But again, it's just the situation where edge guarding is going to be, again, a bit of a thorn in the side of the game plan. And I do think that Wario is still going to have a pretty strong combo game. But the combo game for Fox is most definitely going to be very strong, regardless of the character that he's playing against. So it's something that Eternity can definitely try and fall back on. Good dare there. That dare barely covered him, but kept him safe. That's going to do it, though. The bike. And here we are. Okay. Oh, didn't quite get the up throw confirmed, but that's okay. And it's sort of like, yeah, the high coverage is something that I would say Fox is something that's very capable of quickly reacting with.
no way it was off. Oh my fucking god.
we don't know.
Oh. No, it is. No, go back. Turn it on. You already missed it. Left. More left.
Oh, I thought.
More left. Oof. Oh my fucking god.
Much better. Yes, way back.
They low late.
All jokes aside, that it kind of explains that set. That definitely explains
Oh, okay. A good drift in there. Sorry, we're having a game mode off monitor moment. Not on this setup, but on a different setup. Reminder to always have your monitor on game mode if you're bracketing. Okay. This is a slightly better game here so far, but it's still quite a deficit for Eternity to be having to deal with here, but we'll see. Oh, that's going to do it, yeah. And yeah, it's just sort of one of those situations where if you end up getting put in a bad position off stage, Wario has a lot of options available. Okay, 2-0 here. We may be getting some replay sets. Most likely not on this here, but we'll see. Okay, Eternity DK. And Kalashnikov going back to a new color, making it harder for me to track. Okay, this matchup here, DK is definitely combo food. That back here is going to have to put in a lot of work, though. I don't know if Eternity knows platform ding-dongs. If he does, then I'm sure he's got a lot of stuff available. But I'm going to imagine it's going to be a little bit more so fundamental DK gameplay. And it's not to say that it won't work, because it definitely can, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. Now we're seeing Kalashnikov hit in with a little bit more gusto, bringing things back. Ooh, gets the bite. And tried to go all in for that. Able to recover. As long as he holds on to the bike, he can really make a trip out there. And it's going to be difficult for DK to really, punish him for it. Good down smash. And hit them with the Buenos Dias Mandy. A true classic of Wario's. Real ones know about that technique. Just caught a little bit too long off stage without a bike. And that's how it goes. Okay. Oh, man, he tried to go for some really hard punish. I don't think it would have killed or anything, but it would have led to a very good situation for sure. Okay, punishes the landing fair on shield. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Now we're looking at a situation. It's been a pretty even game, though, but it's more so just like a kind of slobber knocker match. It's kind of the thing where, it's really a lot of back and forth. That S-Smash just barely ending before Eternity steps into it. He tried to F-Smash the bike to try and lengthen the time that the hitbox was out, but it just wasn't enough. Okay. This is a signal. Oh, it's so close to connecting. Just a little bit on the drift there. Hit him with another Buenos Dias Mandy. Okay, and Waft is on decks. Ooh, back air almost does it. Not quite enough, but it's close. Probably was meant to be an F-tilt there, but... Okay, here we go. This is some damage. At this point, I'm pretty sure Kalashnikov's most likely just trying to go for a setup into a Waft. Not quite there yet. Nice back throw. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a little bit of damage, and from here now, Waft confirmed, I think, was almost guaranteed to get a kill. So this is where he's just going to be looking for falling up air, up tilt, mostly a late up tilt, I'm pretty sure. Nair can work too, I'm pretty sure, and then otherwise maybe the bike to extend the time that it's out. Oh, here we go. Eternity doing a pretty good job of leading into a good situation. That's going to do it, though. Side B's a little bit too laggy. Preserve the option of the double jump there just long enough, and closes it out. All right, good set. Okay, for real this time I'm going to try and go to the washroom, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna run quick set of ads, and then we'll be all done here. Well, not quite all done. We'll move on to another set. What's up?
Alright, so if you want to
Alright, I have returned. However, I don't think streams returned. Silver_CCK.
Battlefield and you know what? We're doing it.
Okay.
We're doing it.
Are we back?
Don't know who I'm going.
I know.
Chat, are we back?
I'm okay with that.
Let me know. I know I popped us on an ad break.
Let's go.
What does the CCK stand for? It's a secret. That's what makes it more mysterious. It's not what you think it stands for, though. I swear, guys. Yeah, that's your one hint. Your one hint is it's not the most obvious one. Oh, bracket. Let me adjust that. Sorry. Need to do that. So, context here. A couple of sets were played on a giant monitor that we have here at the venue. Game mode was off. So what they've decided is, or Red has decided that they're going to replay the set starting from 1-1. And yeah, this will be the actual set. So it's a replay of a losers round 1 match. I'm going to get that bracket command updated. I will be taking a look in just a second. Okay, am I in this? I'm commentating this. This is Silver speaking right now. How's it going, Diablo Coast? Okay. This matchup is something that I've seen a little bit of back in the day, because Marth likes Marth, and Exodia used to be around as well. However, in terms of as a matchup, I don't know exactly. I think both of them have the potential to really have like some sauce here, but it's going to be a lot of Marth movement to try and get around the whip and try to not be too try to not get too cornered. If Marth is able to control the stage space, then I think it's going to be a pretty decent matchup for Marth, I'm sure. Ooh, tried to catch a high down B. I'm not participating in this one because it's part of a 2-day format, so I'm free today, but I'm not free tomorrow, which is the finals day. So I'm just here to stream.
Yeah, no, I know.
Otherwise, I would enter. I might still be on stream. There might be some Thug Final stuff, you know. But I'm just gonna be commentating for the most part today. Hopefully, you're doing all right though. Okay. Both getting at higher percent here. Ooh, we catch there with the Nair, caught called out the flip jump in, or just sorry, the regular jump in neutral. And yeah, it looks like Fields is really doing a good job of containing min-max to the outside of the stage. That up throw is going to do it. It's high percent with a little bit of rage there. So early lead for Coffee Fields. I guess I shouldn't say early. It's been 2.5 minutes. And it's not to say that they haven't been fighting, because they have been. But it's been a little bit slower. I mean, the stock that was taken there was at 180 or 190, so it's definitely one of those situations where they're definitely grinding out the stock a lot more. Potential kill option there. Good rollout there by Coffee Fields to avoid getting hit by the down smash setup. Ooh, accidentally dares off stage. Yeah. Min-max taking a quick moment to recollect himself. I would say that's a good strat. Cleans up the stock. A little bit behind, but unfortunately you got to let it go. There is a bit of a risky option. It's definitely good, but it definitely feels not great to be losing a stock from the misspacing. Still though, making a decent start into this. Coffee Fields pressing. Alright, and now this juggle situation is kind of coming through, and I'm noticing that Coffee Fields is doing a good job of staying underneath min-max here. That's helping out to really push this advantage state more. A situation where basically he's limiting the stage control or the stage presence that min-max can have, and forcing min-max to try and land from above, which is kind of more in the wheelhouse of Marth. Pretty good punish there as well too. His up Bs have been very good. Caught a lot of potential extra pressure from ZSS. Okay, here we go. Okay, Lemon. Had to go for a pretty deep dive down there. And gets hit by the side B, but it's not going to kill. And high percent, but this is getting a little bit difficult here. We'll have to see what min-max can end up doing, because he's going to have to lock down here. Gets a back air. This is still doable, but it's definitely getting to that percent where getting sent off stage here with the DI ends up taking the stock. I was going to say that it was going to end up being a situation where if it leads to off stage, the next hit would probably kill. But either way, 2-1 for Coffee Fields here. We'll see what the counter pick ends up being. I didn't hear the bands, but it is a best of 5.
My first win was, I'm pretty sure, it was either that or I think he did run back to field. Yeah.
Okay.
The NFD.
That's what I
Well, I banned
All right.
It's still so crazy to me that mine's like a part of this.
Okay, going back to Battlefield. I mean, I think Battlefield this stage is decent for ZSS anyway. Going for Samus. This is also a good stage for Samus. Okay. I do like that min-max plays both of the Samuses. That's pretty fun. This matchup in particular is pretty interesting as well. It is going to be difficult still, though, if the stage positioning ends up being dominated by Marth. But patience in disadvantage, or patience under pressure, is really going to be min-max's friend here, because there's going to be a lot of situations where, yes, Marth is going to get a chance to hit, but eventually you're going to have to close the distance. If you can get something like a dash attack, thankfully dash attack does have some cross-up potential in there. It's not going to combo into anything, but eventually you do have to play the close quarters, and if you can try your best to use the kit to help you make that possible, then you definitely can put Marth in a rough spot and disadvantage. He's still got trouble landing, and Samus is one of those characters that can definitely take advantage of it. Not to mention that ledge trap and other sort of situations can be very beneficial too. So though Coffee Field's opening up pretty well, min-max has some space now to try and charge and get ready. Whiffs the up B, but okay, it was a soft hit. Cleans up though on the edge guard there. Try to go for an up smash. Might have been an up tilt. I'm not quite sure though. But here we go. Okay. It's sort of one of those situations where I think Min-Max is being a little bit too much free range for Coffee Fields here. So now he's starting to challenge with air-to-airs. That, I think, is going to help out a little bit. I just find that Coffee Fields has been able to get that close positioning maybe a little bit too easily. So looks like this stock here, Min-Max is definitely doing a lot better of a job saying, no, you can't do that. You're going to have to hold out. Okay, up B.
Yeah, okay, then get it. Like,
Not going to kill, but we're getting to the point where options will start to kill. It looks like Dash Attack is going to take it. Now here we are. Ooh, bit of an SD there, I think. I wasn't quite paying attention, but it was at 0, so that is unfortunate for Coffee Fields. Had a lead, but is what it is. He's going to have to work with what he's got now, and it's definitely not out of the range of possibility. He has been controlling the pacing of this game, so if he's able to get the stock without too much damage, the Nair didn't fully connect. If he's able to do it though, he's right back where it normally is, so not that bad. Okay, gets a grab. Mashed out pretty quick though. Unfortunately, yeah, jab or pummeling at 0 or low percent is definitely going to have that risk if someone's ready. Oh, the Nair's going to do it. Okay, here we go. Basically got an even game again. We'll see how they end up fighting and scrapping in neutral. Gets a little bit of charge through. Good grab. And yeah, Coffee Fields is really making the most of the blue, and that's going to kill. Oh, Coffee Fields extending a little bit too far. So that's 2-2 there. I will say that on that particular recovery, I mentioned side B earlier with Marth when Pride was playing. That's one where Rising side B would have actually been able to make the recovery possible. So a little bit unfortunate, but it was close. It was close. Egg Roll, thank you for the follow. You might not be in chat right now, but Egg Roll is here at the event, though. You did ask for the thing. Full DSR means you can't go to any stage you want on, right?
If it's game 5, you can't pick either of them. Wait, this is game 5.
Yeah,
You can't pick either of them.
Wait, so DSR here?
Yeah.
So I can only go
Well, that's a part of why it's nonsense game set. It's like if you lie whack that much, you can only lose on it once.
You know what?
Or
And-
expand it like you want.
Any rule set is fraudulent if it doesn't have Super Mario Maker.
That's
All
what
I'm
I'm saying. That's not true neutral.
That's why Leroy's Funhouse is the only legitimate.
I know.
I'm pretty sure Red Tin.
That's how you beat it.
Is small battlefields on here, right? Yeah.
It's the only new stage.
Okay.
We all met 2019. Maybe that's the secret of 2019, man. They play on fucking Yoshi.
WarioWare?
We're chasing the wrong flame here, guys.
Oh, going to Roy. I wasn't expecting this. I honestly don't think that. I think it would have been possible to close it out with the Marth, but he's choosing to do a character pick, which I think is still going to work. It's still going to work out decently in his favor. He's definitely going to get a lot more rushdown going on, and that is tough for Samus to deal with. So as long as he's able to really make those sort of close that distance, make the interactions count, get the damage, I think it'll work out well. Honestly, looking at the start here, as long as he's not super overextending off stage, I do think that this might even work out better, honestly. But regardless, here we are. It's just one of those situations where basically, as long as he's not positioning himself, right next to Samus, where it's up-beable, then it's really hard for Samus to do stuff about it, because it's basically just this really hard-hitting sortie who's able to outspeed you in pretty much all aspects. Ooh, just a single hit of the Blazer. Okay, gets cleans it up with the back air there. And it is also a smaller stage, so this is actually a pretty solid counter pick, I would say. Still though, there's a little bit of growing pains always, and getting adjusted to the new matchup. So we'll see if Min-Max is able to maybe make a little bit of some adjustments here. He's slowing the pace of the game down, and I'd say that's probably the the starting point here. You don't want to be getting too locked down. Don't let Coffeefields have as much free reign. I grabbed. I was actually kind of surprised that actually ended up hitting the roll. But here we are. Bit of an early recovery. Tried to go for jab. Oh, and missed the tech. That is going to do it. It's one of those situations where it's just sort of, I think that there is some potential here for other situations or reversals off stage. Coffeefields is making the extensions out there, and if they work, then they're great. But if they don't work out, then it's going to lead to a lot of extra damage against or potential stock loss much earlier. Okay, good back here there.
Listen, yo, that's my skin.
Oh.
I was never money. I'm a book.
Real. Immediately
Okay.
jumping and shoot like God is dead.
And that's gonna kill? No, it's not. Oh, but that will though. The back air got it. Caught the landing.
Look at him go.
All right. Well, we have a pretty even game here. Wasn't able to make too much of the extra situation. I'd say that some of the situations here near like platforms and stuff has actually been working really well for Coffeefields. The way he's been using like up tilt to set into potential plat tech chases has been really strong. Just at this point here, I think that holding the stage is going to be really, really good here. So staying off stage is what's going to potentially give Min-Max a chance to get back into this, which, as you can see, is starting to build up a little bit of damage here. We'll see, though. Oh, good F-tilt. And good dash attack out of the corner. Notice that Coffeefields was covering further back, and so managed to use a burst option there. Caught him as he was rinse and repeating the landing. Okay, here we go. Oh! Okay, good juggles, good situations here. I know he's winding up to try and hope for potential charge shot situation. Good block there by Coffeefields, but still not able to get too much of a conversion. Here we go, an offstage interaction, and goes for the fair and gets it. That was all or nothing. Really good stuff from Coffeefields there. GG's. It was run back, but quite an intense ending. Ended up being a lot of back and forth there, and Min-Max was bringing it back, but just not quite enough. And props to both of them for both replaying the set. It never feels great to have to replay a set when you won or lost, either side of it really, because honestly, you're both kind of done with the set, and having to revisit it makes it very difficult. It just kind of will end up leaving a sour taste in your mouth for the person who ends up losing, regardless. So we're going to keep Coffeefields on here, and we're going to get him versus Eternity, which is also going to be a pretty good match, I would say. So we'll see what ends up coming through here.
This would be nice if we won 3 setups. Yeah. I'm going to say this right now, we're not going to finish this tournament, and it's fine.
Are we that far behind?
We have an hour left.
Oh, yeah, this is looking bad.
We will know the qualifying spots, for sure. Okay. But the top 4 will be decided by some hilarious, unregulated means that is faster.
I see.
Well, kind of. Like, here's the reason I'm saying 6:30 is because when you guys say you're leaving, you guys meander, you play a few friendlies, you pack up your bags. We theoretically are here till 7, but I also don't want anything to go very long either. I have a Christmas party this week. Ideally, we have the top 4 figured out. You guys have some funny stuff.
Yeah, we're at a situation here where basically because of the time of the event here, we are closing in on running out of time. So we're seeing potentially the main point here is there's 4 qualifying spots, and that's what we're going to care about. So basically, it's going to be a lot of losers matches, watching to see people's runs and getting to losers semis. This one here, for example, we're looking at top 8 qualifier. We've got Mario versus Marth. I got the wrong character, my bad. But here we are. And this matchup is going to be interesting too, because basically how it works for a lot of characters, I think Mario's a particularly interesting character, and I talk about it a lot when we see the matchup happen. It's that Mario doesn't have the greatest disjoint in his kit. He's actually pretty stubby. But when he gets in, some of his options are extremely potent. Like his ladders are really, really good. However, it's easier said than done breaking that zone, especially against a character like Marth. Marth, who has quite a bit of disjoint and, similar speed, makes it very difficult for Mario to really break through. And so what ends up happening for a lot of these matchups is, for example, Coffee Field will want to try and keep Mario out. Really just try and abuse that disjoint portion. And Eternity is going to have to use the tools that Mario has to really close that distance and make it happen. Good grab there. I would say one thing as a just kind of general observation from this set and the set beforehand is Coffee Fields is a really aggressive Marth and Roy off stage. Like he really makes a trip out there. And again, it's like a high risk, high reward sort of situation. If it goes wrong, it is potentially his stock. But if it goes right, it's potentially a situation where it won't matter if he's getting, say, weak hit. It might get an early kill. But basically, a lot of kind of high risk, high reward edge guarding opportunities. And Marth is definitely capable of it. So it's definitely something to that he can fall back on. But I think sometimes it costs him in a way. Also, nice percentage. Ooh, that's going to do it. Nice back throw. Good ledge trap coverage there by Eternity. Cleaned it up. Not too much damage, but now it's starting to build up. And, ooh, that's going to be a big grab. Yep. And this is where things get tough, because Marth also isn't the greatest out of juggle situations. So this is where Eternity can potentially get damage. Got reversaled, though. I don't think that DI was the best on the forward air. Was trying to DI out, I think, for combo DI, but didn't work out. Or maybe not quite DI out, but it wasn't full DI. Alright. And I'm seeing some grounded fireballs. Generally, what you do want to try and do a little bit more as Mario, or one of the benefits that you can get, is if you use it in the air, because you basically are casting the move, or you're using the move, but also getting to make use of some of the aerial drift that you can potentially have. So you can mix it up with things. You can mix it up with things like B-reverse, for example, to reverse the momentum completely. But essentially, that drift is something that, if you're going to be stuck in the animation anyway, you may as well try and make use of that in the neutral, because otherwise in the grounded state, it's just a very hard commit with the positioning that you're at. Either way, though, it's been making it work, but a bit of a, or a little bit more than a bit of a deficit. Oh, got caught by the fireball. Maybe a little bit unexpected, and so got pineappled by the stage there. Still, though, good spot here for Coffee Fields, and this is where things will come through. Yeah, if he's able to put on high pressure through, then he's able to stuff out very aggressive recoveries into the stage, potentially before they get into the stage. And if he backs off at the right time, ooh, that was very close to actually costing the stock. Honestly, really good side B from Eternity, and also very good stuff there to Coffee Fields for not panicking. Really just took his time trying to figure out what's the best way to get back here, and just made it back. It was good stuff. Flood is also potentially a good option here, and that's the first time we've seen it. We'll see if there's going to be more of it in the future. Try to go for the fair. Okay. And it's high percent right now, but it's one of those situations where we're getting to maybe see some Marthritis coming through. If Mario takes it nice and slow, it is not going to be easy for Coffee Fields to close out this stock. Eternity is really taking his time. That dash attack almost came through, but the Mario Fireball keeping him safe. Okay, here we go. High stock situation now. This could be anyone's game. Ooh, that's not going to do it, but it's very close. And that up here is going to do it. That was actually a tipper. Really good stuff from Coffee Fields, but almost brought it back there. Really good stuff. I've been liking the games that I've been seeing today. There have been lots of good games.
But he was genuinely an outdoor with other characters. Yeah. He's got better though.
Okay, we're getting to Smashville. Smashville's a pretty solid start here. We'll see what ends up coming through. Sometimes the center platform is something that is a stronger option for Mario, leads to easier sort of extensions or setups into the full ladder. So you can see, like here, for example, this won't kill, but it still was quite a hefty amount of damage. And also, the smaller space, I think, is something that makes it a little bit easier for Mario to close that distance. Yes, there's going to be technically more stage space covered by the options that, for example, Marth throws out, but the part that makes it good for Mario is that there's only so much space that Marth can run away to. So if Eternity plays his cards right, then this can turn out to be a pretty strong counter pick. Good coverage there. Could have potentially been a back throw, and I don't think it would have killed, but it would have been close. Still, though, keeping Coffee Fields outside seals the stock with the back air. So early lead here for Eternity. Eftil comes through. Oh, the DI was maybe not the best there. It ends up happening, but you take it as it goes. Probably was trying to drift out there and try and avoid an option, but it ended up working against him. Okay. Seeing a lot of scrapping back and forth here. All right. Eternity cashing out. Probably could have tried to go for a little bit more with up air stuff, but that's okay. In a bit of bad position, though. Delayed beautifully. And this is where I think it comes through. Oh, I think, honestly, if I'm being honest, I think that side B would have been a bit more of a stronger punish. Probably wouldn't have been ready. Coffee Fields probably wouldn't have been ready for the reversal in the momentum and positioning. Something I haven't seen Eternity do much of yet, which I think is a bit of an underrated option for a lot of characters, is having options to quickly snap ledge. I think most people get very much intent on recovering, but don't realize that double jumping or moving near the stage is leaving yourself vulnerable. So that was a good snap there. But side B, for example, on Mario's part, is very good at getting him to grab ledge quickly. Okay, good seal there by Coffee. You got pizza now? Nice. And I've also noticed that there's been a couple of situations where Coffee Fields up B hasn't been working out, where he's kind of let it rip and it just misses. But he's been getting kind of light punish. There was a situation where I think a down smash or an F smash would have taken the stock. Eternity did get a punish, but it was like down tilt into up air. And so depending on how often that comes through, it might be something that increases the longevity of Coffee Fields stocks. Good jump from ledge there. Just notice the coverage. And good high recovery there. Also noticed that Eternity might drop down, and he did. Good back air from Eternity. So now we're looking at stock situation. That might kill? No way. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way that kills. And that's going to do it. Oh. Needed to up B instantly. As soon as he got hit by that down tilt, he needed to up B. It's just one of those situations where kind of turns into a bit of a checkmate there. It's not 32-0 for Coffee Fields. It's 2-0. My bad.
I think he changed his tag because of the move. Like, there was a direct correlation. It's like, I don't want to be noticed dead gold because that was an era that it was when I was an Australian cable from down under.
Is it the cable that won like the Australia?
People are listening that one time.
Australia Smash. Wait, is it a...
I want to go with Bond so.
Is it a dog who won like...
I could be great. I'm just for sure we can do it. I don't lose to that.
I feel like the cable won.
Alrighty. Okay, going to Town and City here.
I think the crowd might say that's the Australia Smash.
And going Falcon, actually, now that I notice it. This is a matchup that is also, like, pretty back and forth. Falcon's got some stuff. I think that he actually has... I don't know if it's in this game. It definitely was in Smash 4, where down throw actually was able to confirm into knee at the right percents. They went to Smashville. That was Mario, Marth, Coffee Fields. It's 2-0 right now for him. Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
Joey's money,
There's money and it's a lot.
A little bit back and forth here. I've just been very impressed with like how Coffee Fields has been able to control a lot of stage spaces in a lot of these matchups, really making use of Mars Disjoint and Kit to set up into a lot of situations, and that's why he's like able to build the leads that he has and really keep things going. Great gentleman there, or not gentleman, Tipman. Sorry. Tipman there was actually really awesome and sealed out the stock perfectly. Could have done a back air too, but up air is a lot more stylish. Oh, good dare. Alright. And yeah, going for a high recovery, but Eternity covered it well, got some damage, and yeah, it's just kind of going into the Falcon Blender now. Manages to get down, reversal, and they're scrapping both together. Okay. Tried to chase with the down smash, but just one there. It's very close. Oh, Harry's weak knee into up B. Interesting. Okay, good fair. And that deep edge guard pays off very well there. Manages to steal it out just before the, what is it? Oh gosh. Falcon dive? I don't actually remember what it's called. Anyways, the up B before it came out. Oh, tries to go really in and goes for side B. I can't tell. Surely that was an up B. I don't think that was intentional, but a rough way to end up going out. Good stuff to Coffee Fields, though. That's 2 in a row. Kind of 3 in a row if you think about it, because he ended up winning the... he won the rematch as well against Min-Max. So basically, he's through, and he's most likely going to be playing against Plantain T. We will see. It's not guaranteed yet, but Plantain T is up 2-1 on Pride right now. I am going to reset this. We can get another set over here again.
QC versus Elle.
Okay, we're getting QCL. So we're getting a winner's semis match now. So we're probably looking at, I want to say like Pichu Terry. I don't actually know. You don't? Pichu is hard. Pichu's like an awkward character.
It's a good matchup for Terry, but it feels terrible.
I mean, the middle is a crazy smash. There's that like aggressive I want to make some jokes, but I think we too.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer.
I don't really want
Also,
to
you're
go yes to, but I don't want to.
So good gentlemen doing the FD.
I have
Okay. I have the right characters and skins, but I have the wrong controller positions. Alright. This matchup will be pretty interesting. I think that there's definitely a lot of kill potential here for Terry. And yeah, a lot of the setups will be very consistent and will kill, like, I don't know, let's say like 100% or whatever for Rising Tackle confirms. But there will be earlier stuff, and probably the hardest thing is just dealing with a lot of the edge guarding potential that Pichu has. Terry will do a pretty good job racking up the damage, and for example, like right here, we're almost at the point where kills will start to become actually valid, but it's going to be largely based off of Elle's ability to really make use of that movement, to catch Terry swinging at the wrong time, or to catch him escaping, and punish him accordingly. Does so there with the crack shoot, but got stuck doing a neutral B. Ooh, tried to go for the Buster Wolf. Didn't quite work out. And now here we go. That should be a kill. This is the setup that I was talking about. That is basically going to be consistent anywhere on the stage. When Terry has go meter, that's when things start to get a little bit more scary near the edge, and that's where kills will be much, much earlier. However, it does depend. Okay, he wasn't able to make use of all of it there. Good cleanup there on the edge guard by Elle. Okay, good F tilt. Elle did a good job of staying patient, now racking up the damage, 43%. Oh, uses the invincible up tilt there to get past the dodging that Elle was doing. And yeah, this is a lot of scrapping back and forth. One thing that QC does very well is QC has the auto cancel power dunk, which is really, really strong. It's always deceptively safe because I believe it's actually plus on block. But even if it misses, it's just one of those situations that is difficult to account for, and you often don't want to challenge it. Look at that, 94% was still able to get a kill. That might have partially been because of rage, but regardless, those are super early stocks, and that's something that Elle has to definitely watch out for. Here we are. Go meter is active. And I think even like something like 40% near ledge is probably just going to do it. That's not going to do it there for Elle, though. The Buster Wolf actually kind of helping to push forward, armors through the forwarder, and then Power Geyser 2 frames. Yeah, Pichu notoriously has a very, very vulnerable 2-frame. Game 1 goes to QC, though. I missed the stage pick, but we're going to see in just a second where we ended up going. Smashville. Smashville's a pretty solid counter pick here. However, I think it can go both ways, to be honest. I do think that it's a very positive stage for Elle to be going for. Definitely quite a bit of opportunity to just drag Terry off stage and just take the stock that way. However, if the confirms come through, then Terry is going to be sealing stocks super early too. Oh, accidentally side B the wrong way, but got through, got back. Really good stuff there. Good weight. And the dunk, catching through. So quick lead for Elle here. Using that up tilt, or the up air to the advantage. Oh, just sneaks past, catches the back hit of power dunk. And Elle is definitely making really good use of this small stage. I think QC's doing a little bit too much chasing right now. Catch just being caught trying to get some hits. Needs to try and slow it down a little bit, even if it's going to take some time. Kill percent is definitely happening here, and yeah, no, just even a rising tackle on its own is enough. It's kind of terrifying because it's got the invincibility if it's the input version, so that there was basically an invincible startup anti-air, which is pretty strong. Obviously, it's very vulnerable after hit, but it's just something that you have to respect, especially once QC's thrown it out. Okay. Good usage of T-Jolts to make that recovery harder. Oh, great recovery by QC, but that, just falls out. It was almost the stock there. And that's going to do it. Yep. Okay. It goes for F smash. I think that F smash unironically would have killed, which is kind of crazy. But it is Pichu, to be fair. Oh, this is a big damage situation. Tries to go for an aggressive power dunk landing. Didn't quite work out. Elle accounted for it. Yeah, it's just one of those situations. Oh, wow, that jab hit. And if any of those down tilts hit, that is a confirm into a kill. So I can definitely understand why QC would want to go for it. Tried to go for an rise tackle out of shield, which didn't quite work out, but it was definitely worth a shot. I think, though, again, it's just one of those situations where you don't want to get caught swinging too much. The more that you swing, the more you're putting yourself in a situation that's in Elle's wheelhouse. So Elle punishes the Buster Wolf 1-1.
I would tend to be forcing and selling.
Let's take a quick look at the bracket here. So we've got Plantain Tea versus Coffee Field, Shinobu versus Rustman. Those are both losers top 8 matches. Kalashnikov versus Pachacamac is going on the other stream. That is the other winner's semis. The winner of that will qualify for the next bracket. And the winner of this one qualifies for the next bracket too. Elle, it's 1-1 right now. All right, Lilat. I forgot this was a stage. Sorry, did we say bad stage? Yeah. Worst stage in the game?
We're just Pichu here. We love this stage. I don't really. Actually, I'm not entirely sure about Harry, but I just know I crouch in the corner and like.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't stream this horrific stage. I'm gonna have to turn off the video. Not actually. All right. Ooh, okay. So yeah, we'll see how the slants end up coming into action here. But yeah, generally rats do really like this stage. Oh, ran into the F smash. No. Oh yeah, he was definitely trying to dash tag, but then ended up not throwing it out in time. It always feels really bad when you get caught. Oh, and then gets dunked. Okay, here we go. This is a pretty hefty lead here for Elle at the moment. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Gets it air to air there. But the point is that basically it's going to have to be some clean gameplay for the next little while here for QC because he's just got to make sure he's not taking that damage. He's lost a lot of the potential to do it. Down tilt, I think a down tilt side B would have been potentially better, but the second, I think because of the hesitation, he ended up going for rising tackle because he knew that there was potential that might not connect anymore. Tried to go for rising tackle finisher and didn't get punished. Got through. Getting a high percent, that's going to kill. And yeah, pretty well managed by QC. QC brought this back because it was not looking great at the start there, but got a quick kill and then cleaned up the second stock fairly well. So now we'll see what ends up coming through here. Ooh, just about got through. There's a couple of situations here where it's pretty much like if QC's options whiff, I can see a situation where the reversal is extremely hard punishing. He got away with it that time, but I don't know if that's possible every time. Wow, got the down tilt to actually hit past the fair. Okay, here comes a big Pichu combo. It's still not enough to cause goes. This is go, though, and air dodges in. Good coverage there. QC needed to delay and recover from below, but ended up sort of panicking. I wonder if he was kind of thinking that was a fair or something. 2-1 for Elle right now. This is a pretty good start. Yeah. It's streamed too, so don't worry.
Yeah. Kill muscle memory for me.
Oh, I'm so glad that I turned off the video for that one. I can't stream that stage. No, I'm kidding. I didn't. It was just black.
It's a censorship thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't let you stream live.
Yeah, it was just black for like the entire. No, I'm kidding. Okay, going on Yoshi's story. So this will be an interesting stage as well too. A lot bigger, of course. I wonder how this actually ends up working out for Terry. In my opinion, I would just see this as kind of like maybe giving a bit more life to Pichu, and it also lets the T-Jolts ride down the wall, or ride up the wall too. So I don't know if this is the most ideal counter pick, but we'll see. I might not know everything about this matchup. Okay. This is a very interesting situation. Managed to get a few combos off, or a few hits off the down tilt, but it didn't confirm into anything. I think an actual down tilt confirm would have killed potentially at that percent. Regardless, Elle gets back. Jabs are just missing. Dodges and goes to the top stage. That's going to kill them. Okay, good catch. Good confirm. QC with the early lead. And basically, I mean, to be fair, last game was very doable. It just didn't work out because he really, really got behind. And, I mean, even if you manage to get through it without taking much damage, good stock there by Elle. If you manage to get through without taking too much damage, it's still a lot of kind of, I would say, like kind of mental not strain, but you end up exhausting quite a bit of your mix-ups and your potential sort of options just to try and bring it back. And then afterwards, when you know, carried that momentum forward as much as you have, there's always that chance for it to just reverse, and you know, it's not going to be full tilt just because you were able to make it 1-1 again. By the way, so we have a small lead here for, well, actually no, pretty sizable lead here for QC. He has Go Meter, hasn't really been able to get a kill using Go Meter, other than the one power guys that kind of set up. That'll do it though, I think. And yeah, that's the part where Go becomes extremely scary in this matchup. That was 60% center stage on Yoshi's. So we got a 2-2 set, looking pretty tight.
Well, it was a super like nervous showtime, but they went out for like but on top of that, outside from below, so he likes to do that.
We'll see where the counter pick goes. It looks like they're considering small battlefield FD were the bans. So small battlefield it is. This is still a pretty good stage for Terry, but it's going to work out pretty well for Pichu as well. Something I haven't seen a lot of, which I actually probably should mention to Elle. I'll mention to it at the end of the day, but basically recovering under the stage is also an enormous aspect of the rat characters. And Pichu's side B just has quite a lot of drift to it to begin with, so it's easy for Pichu to just slide under the stage without committing too hard to anything. It won't exhaust too many of the options, but sometimes it's very handy for characters that are good at ledge trapping and good at putting a hitbox in that spot. Good DI out there by QC to get out of the potential Thunder confirm. Good stuff. And waited patiently that time, didn't end up panicking or air dodging in. And oh, yeah. I think sometimes QC ends up just letting it rip on that to try and see if he can maybe get a stock with the Buster Wolf. Like, it does have armor and other sort of things, so it's not necessarily a bad option at all. But you do have to be careful, because if somebody is holding shield and just being very careful with it, you are going to get punished after the fact. They're very laggy options. And dash attack, by the way, that probably does hit on the 2-frame because it's a pretty active option. And like I mentioned earlier, Pichu's 2-frame is pretty bad, meaning that, yeah, being able to punish it with dash attack is probably possible. The back throw is going to kill. Pichu's very light as well. However, with enough pressure here, I think that this is potentially a cleanup stock here. Ooh, good recovery back, and managed to make it back. Gets extra damage. That's going to be huge. That might even kill. Just barely, not enough. And tried to get the power geyser. It was just a little bit late, but it was pretty close to working. And goes for another Buster Wolf, hoping to try and get a quick confirm there. Good wait by Elle, though. Patient and shield. Okay, that crack shoot was actually pretty good to escape the pressure situation, because it was not looking great. It looked like Elle was about to really lay some pressure down. Tried to get an up smash twice. Honestly, this could really go shifting anyway, but I think if QC decides to try and really like lock down the positioning here, I think it's going to be very hard for Elle to bring this percent back. Because anytime she closes in like that, it could lead to a confirm. So you can see what ends up happening. Okay. All right.
Yeah, game 3.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, at this point though, like, you basically, like, if I was QC, I'm gonna try and probably, yeah, take it patiently and just really try and like take my time. The more that Elle tries to put pressure on, the more that they're putting themselves at risk of getting hit out of shield as they like land. And also they are going to expend slightly, a little bit of damage every so often. Obviously, it's not going to be anything substantial unless you're the one getting the hits, but every little bit helps, right? That's just not, barely just not enough. But this is a potential potential edge guard situation. Elle cleans up. We got last stock here. 40% is really not that bad. Manages to SDI out, so it's only 7% off with that jab combo because Power Dunk whiffed. Ooh, caught the crack shoot on startup, but it didn't combo into the full fair, so QC was actually able to make it back. Good get-up attack. Caught the down tilt mash and ledge. Is that going to kill? That is going to kill. It was the heavy probably. Or maybe not even the heavy. I think that was DI, but that was very strong. So, good set there. Elle is going to have to climb through losers, which is going to come through versus the winner of Plantain Tea and Coffee Fields. Coffee Fields is currently up 2-0, so there's a good chance that that's what we're going to be seeing, Coffee Field Elle. Shinobu Rustman has not happened yet, but I probably can get that up next. So, stay tuned. Alright, I'm just going to assume that I'm going to end up doing Rustman and Shinobu. I can get another set here. So rest of these are going to be losers top 8 matches. Again, top 4 is the part that qualifies. So we're basically just looking at like 2 or 3 more sets here at this point. So yeah, we're going to get Rustman Shinobu, which should be a pretty interesting set. Shinobu is a player who doesn't have a main, so they usually play random. But they're very proficient with all the characters. And basically, regardless of if someone's playing their main, it's still going to be a run for their money regardless. I had a very close set with them once upon a time.
Any thoughts on that QC set?
I thought it was pretty good overall, but well, one thing I actually forgot to mention, which I guess is kind of relevant in that matchup, is I forgot to mention that you probably should use more, like you need to use more time recovering, including going under the stage. Is like a big portion, especially when you have someone who's actually able to like ledge trap you or cover ledge. Because you have like such a bad 2-frame, that it means that you want to be able to make use of the underside. And you were picking stages where it was possible, but you just didn't use it, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And then otherwise, I think
it's possible on every stage except PS2. I think like I like PS2 for like again like as I was talking about, it's a bigger stage and it creates more interaction.
Yeah, I think overall what happened in that set particularly, like for both of you two, like the thing is QC would end up getting. There were a couple games where like it heavily swung in your favor, and then that was like pretty good. But when QC got a lead, he was able to, like, if he ended up just playing patient and, like, just using stage space, eventually you'd get impatient, you'd get into the spot, and then it'd be just leading into a combo out of shield or whatever.
I did
and so you kind of
jab on shield and then confirm. I didn't confirm because it was
well, I don't. A lot of situations when you had the lead wouldn't have happened if Elle didn't approach like as she did, and so it's just sort of like got to take your time a little bit more setting up the situation, especially when you're at high percent. Then like you know that if a jab hits you at like 90, you're dead, right? Or you should be dead at least, right? So
pretty consistent. Unless like the one where like you roll into me on the platform, she always get out of like jab upbeat, so those doesn't work.
Well, you still got a decent amount of them, and even if not, like it was still like you were still. I think you got like 3 rising tackle confirms in this set.
1 or 2.
I think it was 3.
Three, but like those rising tackle is not confirmed. It's like I read your job.
Well, it's a DI mix-up where you jab me, and if I'm holding in, then you do that one. If I'm holding out, you do down.
No, I don't do that. I don't know how to do that. I can't tell if you're like gonna. Well, you're gonna fall off of both things if the DI like super out.
Andres was saying that wasn't, or some of that wasn't a factor SDI, but I don't know. It is? Yeah.
It definitely is.
He might have been Johnny.
Yeah, because like she gets out.
Yeah, because he was like saying to me, because I was like saying, oh, I'm like trying to like SDI out of a lot of stuff, and he was like, that doesn't matter for like these sort of like confirms. And I was just,
Well, for some characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think every character have like different modifiers, like SDIs.
Yeah.
So some characters like SDI just worse than others.
yeah,
Like the last or like a couple weeks ago, like they like I played at your house, like both Weepy and he can get up like Stretch and Master Wolf.
yeah.
But your SDI really high up. For most of the characters, they get out of it.
I
but
see.
for Pete or like Weepy, maybe it's just too floaty. They just like still make it.
I see.
Because like
Yeah.
Pichu or like Fox does it, he'll go out then.
Okay. Yeah, I was able to get out of a decent amount of stuff when I was playing against him, but I was like trying to like hard SDI out and try and like.
Yeah, but like different characters have like different
Yeah.
stats.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So we have Shinobu versus Rustman. I'm gonna get back to the match. Shinobu uses the random picker, so you may have seen that Rosa was picked specifically, but that's using the website to predetermine the character ahead of time. Probably to just try make it as true random as possible. Okay, regrab the ledge there. And, oh, this is really dangerous. Yeah. Just one of those situations where it's a hard confirm, and when it whiffed there, it set him up into a really, really dangerous potential edge guard, and Shinobu cleaned up well. Good downer there with the Luma. Rosa's also one of those characters that we don't really have in the region. Shatteroth is the one Rosa I really know. Souffle, of course, as well in Edmonton, but uncommon character, right? So it's one where you have to get used to it. When you have a character or a player who's not necessarily like a character specialist, then oftentimes the ways that they'll try and use the characters can sometimes be a little bit unconventional. I'd say, like, from my own experience, there's usually a base. There's a base point where it's sort of what you've come to see from other people playing the character. That kind of is like the foundation. But then there will be some quirks in it that are like very unique that you wouldn't see from the character. Oftentimes in kind of more, I would say, like ambiguous situations. Like the bread and butters will be stuff that will be consistent, but it's more so extended advantage situations where you'll see a lot more coming through. And yeah, good edge guard there by Shinobu. Rustman kind of just overextending in a few situations there, was getting hard punished for it.
Oh, right, you don't pick character. I don't even know. I can't even pick the stage. Right, yeah. It's like
Can't see it, but Shinobu has a gamer fan. Looks pretty cool. It also looks like a nice fan. Sometimes, you know, there's like paper fans and they're just kind of, you can tell that they're cheap. That one looks like a pretty good quality.
oh man, playing golf should push Ethereum so hard. I'm telling you right now.
So, 1-0 for Shinobu. Let's take a look and see what we can get. It's going to end up being Joker here. Funny enough, with this particular matchup, this is actually one where Rustman has a lot of experience being a pretty consistent opponent for Spitfire or W, and Step as well, I think, to some degree. But he's definitely played a lot against Spitfire, so this is not the easiest pull for Shinobu, at least based off of the player here. Good start here for Rustman. We'll see what ends up coming through here for the Arsene punish. Wow, dash attack managed to keep him safe. And yeah, really making use of a lot of like aerial drift here, making it very hard for Shinobu to get any sort of confirm. That almost confirmed, and I know that Rustman would have really felt it if he got that, because I know that Yoshi mains love to try and hit that. And it's kind of tricky. You gotta have it lined up just right. You gotta catch the DI. Either way, good start here from Rustman. He basically didn't let Shinobu get anything out of that Arsene. It was just very, very dominant first stock. We're looking at a bit more coming through on Shinobu's side this time. But again, it's just one of those situations that I think the airspeed of Yoshi is what makes it so difficult for Joker to really properly cover an advantage. And that's why he wants to be able to use Arsene. But the problem with Arsene was basically just that he was putting out hitboxes that were able to stuff out things with low priority, like Aegon. Good up smash out of shield on the F tilt. But yeah, basically if Yoshi's coming in with a Nair, then it's something that is more so going to have to be whiff punished rather than challenged directly, because that Nair is pretty high priority. Okay. Oh, gets the tether. It's not going to be a huge amount of damage, but it always feels nice if you get it. Okay. And actually gets the dunk this time. See, that's a positive side. That's when it works out. When it doesn't work out, it potentially leads to an edge guard. But against base Joker, I don't think it's as much of an issue, especially because you can probably just double jump back into the stage, like just near ledge, and probably get away with it. Versus Arsene, it's going to be more of an issue. And so at this point, I would say if you are Rustman, you want to try and think more so about just keeping that stage positioning, really making sure that Arsene here isn't able to take your stock. If Arsene doesn't take the stock here, it's a very unfavorable position for Shinobu. And so Rustman's getting a few hits here and there, bringing that meter down. Respected a little bit too much and got the stock with the DI mix-up on down throw. I guess to be fair there, you may want to just assume that there's going to be an up throw or down throw there. And that's big damage as well. That's the end of Arsene, though. That's as far as Arsene's going to take it for the time being. There's a chance that we might see another Arsene come through here, but it's going to require Shinobu to live for a pretty long time. Great grab. F throw off stage. And this is the sort of situation where, to be honest, sometimes if you are in a situation where the person's like very close to dying, you sometimes want to save the opportunity or save your next punish for whatever is going to be most likely to kill, because now Arsene is on the table and this is something that you now have to contest directly, right? Which is kind of terrifying, but taking his time. Okay, good wait. Yeah, if you take your time and just don't get too impatient. Oh, that's gonna maybe kill. Yup. That egg is unfortunately something you can't go for approaching in because Arsene was still active. And I mean, it was fortunate that it didn't launch as hard as I thought it would, but it's just one of those situations where as a Yoshi, you're trying to hope that you could get a little bit better position. But the egg is the thing that was a little bit too hard committal there. 2-0 for Shinobu. Just manages to sneak it out.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Wait, can we play? We didn't play Counter yet. No. Each just got one point. What is it already done?
Oh, Daisy. Okay.
Somehow. Okay.
Oops.
The same, right?
Yeah.
I think I was hearing a competition between Daisy versus Peach. I personally think that Peach is better. No bias. Daisy's pretty cool though. Okay.
Well, this one doesn't actually have a throw chart. I actually think that when you think about it, it is top. You have like 20 people on the campus off 2 days.
Okay. And so far, it's been working pretty well in Shinobu's favor here in this Game 3. Game 3 is looking pretty good. I think as a character with Daisy, both of these are characters that can make use of projectiles to get openings, but I think that Yoshi's one that's going to be able to maneuver faster with it. And oh my gosh, that Stitch did some pretty big shield damage. It didn't lead to any percent, but it was still a little bit of a nail biter while it was sitting out there. It's just sort of that the disjoint is going to be somewhat similar between the two characters here, and so using the superior, I would say, like air height that Yoshi can give is something that Rustman will want to take advantage of. It's hard for Daisy to get like high up kills. Most kills are going to come from the side and low to the ground. So making use of that air speed to really climb in is going to be a big aspect of this matchup. Oh, tried to get the up smash. I think down smash kind of dropping. It wouldn't have killed anyway, but still an interesting interaction nonetheless. And that egg is leading to a situation where it's popping up quite nicely. I think it's honestly just like a good way to set up into potentially getting a kill, getting a little bit too impatient, and Shinobu whiff punishing with the back air there. Very good float cancel back air. And okay, got caught hitting neutral B, probably part of a mash, accidentally mashed out an option. But that's how it goes. Okay. Oh, the egg was a little bit too high, so Daisy was able to close the distance. But again, somewhat even game. Shinobu with a slight lead. Alright, and this is where the neutral comes through. I think this is the portion where things are a little bit more favorable for Yoshi, because the thing is, both of them have the projectiles, but the difference with Yoshi Egg versus Turnip is that Turnip has more setup time, whereas Yoshi Egg definitely has the setup time involved, but it's instantly getting thrown towards the opponent. Whereas once the turnip is in hand, that doesn't necessarily mean you're actually able to use it towards stuff. That was a pretty good turnip setup. Didn't quite get the kill off of it, but it was still pretty scary to see. And you can really make use of turnip. Like, turnip is really good in some matchups, and it probably can do quite a bit in this matchup too. However, I think that egg is just one of those options that it's just going to be easier to throw out and get going. Good back air, good DI as well too on Shinobu's part. And now we're looking at a situation. Ooh, good side B from ledge. I think in that situation, you just want to take your time as Rustman. You don't want to get too impatient, because basically it's going to be likely that there's an attack coming from ledge. And if you end up staying too close, it's your chance to be getting hit. Okay, recovering high, getting hit. Good catch. And Dot Eyes would have killed. It's one of the stronger turnips. In fact, I think it's like the second strongest turnip. Okay, I think that F tilt could have been punished by back air, but just a little bit late on the confirm. A little bit late on the out of shield reaction. Okay. And we're looking at very high percent. Oh, trying to get a call out with the fair. Gets the back air instead. Rustman was kind of just stepping on eggshells there with the positioning. Okay. Good stuff there. Oh, yeah. And the Yoshi Bomb, unfortunately, isn't particularly great at comboing into itself. So, the stars ended up stabbing a shield, or stabbing maybe an escape option, and didn't result in a kill. But Rustman cleaned up anyways. We're looking at last stock situation. If he wants to continue right now in this current bracket, he's going to have to make use of the... he's going to have to take this game. If he doesn't, then, I mean, it'll be knocked out of bracket. Won't be over if he can come tomorrow. He can still try again. But it's just one of those situations where could be bracket life on the line here. Ooh, good dash tech. And high recovery. Oh, but good wait by Rustman, finding just that right opportunity. And I mean, Shinobu's been trying to call out a lot of this aerial space, doing a good job with it, but played in the right hands, if it's overused, then it can end up being, counterplayed. And you can end up sort of drifting around or choosing the option that is not being called out. And it sometimes heavily throws the player out of position. However, okay, potentially really big, and good back throw. And, oh my gosh. A lot of quick situations. Yep, slowing it down. Oh, dash attack's not going to do it. It's getting close, though. We're also looking at a minute on the clock here. And they've been going at it the whole time, so it's not that they've been not interacting, but it's just one of those situations where it's just been lots of scrapping, late stock kills. Oh, that nair could have worked if it was a reaction, but didn't end up hitting a button. And this is terrifying. Oh, that back air spacing was awesome, but it was cross stage, so it didn't actually kill. Trying to get a nair. Oh my gosh, the pancake. I think it's basically... Oh, the nair too. I think it really depends on who ends up... Yeah, okay. Good catch there by Shinobu. Ended up extending a little bit too far off stage, Rustman. Sorry. That's going to do it for you today. A good cleanup by Shinobu. Good set. I think if Rustman ends up taking a look at this set later, it'd be worth taking a look to see just like the amount of times that the reversals came off of those hard commit edge guards. It's just setting up into a situation where there's a big potential to be reversaled and potentially just die, right? And it's not great.
The second that whoever this Bitcoin guy who runs the event is, you guys gotta be ready to get out of here in 5 to 10 minutes. Until that, we will stay here. If everyone is aware and fine with that.
Well, I'll pack up like once. I'll pack up once top 4 is determined.
Well, no, your job's really simple.
Yeah.
I'm going to that right now. Pachacamac versus Shinobu. This can be friendly until Mr. Bitcoin.
You should play your set now.
We should play our set now.
Can you confirm that this was the...
Okay.
Oh, screw.
We got Pachacamac versus Shinobu. Honestly, kind of interesting because these two like players are both the type of players to not always commit to a main. I think Pachacamac is though right now. I saw some DDD earlier. That's going to be my guess. Shinobu, I don't know.
It would have been sold out if it was.
Okay. I was gonna say otherwise it might have been town.
So I'm done with my sets for today.
Okay, wait. So who does this concern? Actually, I'll tell the one who got their set. Basically, we are going to continue this tournament tomorrow.
No, not really.
So this tournament.
Okay, I could put on an ad break, but I won't do it because we're so close to the match starting. So I'm probably gonna miss a match if I do it wrong. All right, let's see what we got here. What do we get as the random pick? What are we getting? This is my Switch, so potentially not.
Okay, then I'm not on here.
So tomorrow when you open
I'm sorry.
bracket starts.
Well, it's a round robin, and it's going to be big. So, to anyone who will be here tomorrow, if you want to show up closer to 3, you can start playing whenever.
Oh, concrete.
I think someone just put their tag as Ryu player.
Okay. Well, that was my guess was 6:30.
He's cool. As long as I told him my man rented said we'd be dropped off.
The joke I was saying to them before you showed up was like, if the second that guy shows up, I'll get people to leave.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
All good.
just an update for you. Basically, we're just going to continue the double win tomorrow. The qualifying spots have basically already been determined, except for that one, which is starting right now. This is just the setup's done.
Okay, and we're doing just straight random dittos,
So
which is gonna be awesome.
Which
How do you like the layout?
I was thinking this could happen. I also misspelled Pachacamac. Is that right? I'm second guessing myself. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, sorry. We got Wii Fit and Terry. So, I mean, from a Wii Fit main perspective, I do think that Wii Fit does pretty good in this matchup. However, let's see what happens when we've got the two players coming together. I think one thing that FGC characters in general tend to struggle against is just the sheer amount of pressure that zoners can put on from far away. That is something that they're not too well equipped at dealing with. I'd say that if they have good patience, it's something that's easy to be pressure is easy to be closed and taken care of up front, but when not up front, when done from a distance, then I find that a lot of characters have a hard time. That being said, I think Terry does a decent job. Terry is one of those characters where it doesn't take much for him to get a consistent opening, and yeah, we're getting kicked out of the Smash tournament by Bitcoin. That's how it goes, though. Okay. We're looking at some heavy pressure here coming through. But, again, was the heavy hit, and it still didn't conform into a kill. A couple notes about it. You can make a heavy version of the power dunk there, which is going to be stronger, but it is more SDI-able. So depending on the situation, sometimes they will go for the light version if it's going to confirm into a stock, because it's harder for the opponent to escape out of. Oh, went for a taunt, immediately jabbed, and then took his cap off. Definitely not a misinput by any means. Just absolutely just kicking each other, and they're just being disrespectful. It's crazy. Okay. Power dunk out of the corner. And this is where things get a little bit scary, because now that Go Meter's available, I think the thing that becomes hard when you don't name the character, kill confirms can sometimes be really hard to get. So right now, Terry's holding on, right? And so any stray hit is going to try and hope for an opportunity to get some Go based percent. And the thing is, Go is huge damage. It leads to a lot. Okay, great recovery. Again, it's just one of those situations. This is going to kill. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. Never mind. Wii Fit's too heavy. That's going to kill, though. Back in your day, competitors had more respect for the game. So true. All right, 1-1. We're in a situation. Now, the thing is, Wii Fit does have some easy bake combos. I'm not saying that she doesn't have some very easy damage available, but it depends on what you're using as your kill setup. Or not as your kill setup, but as your combo tool. So, not to spoil anything, but there is a certain option that will do quite a bit of damage. But right now it looks more so that Pachacamac's more trying to take advantage of the boxing tools, the stuffing out, and that's, to be fair, a lot more of how Wii Fit's kit works. Wii Fit kind of works as having a lot of get-off-me tools, options that are pretty fast, but ultimately are pretty determinate, like turn enders. A lot of the harder pressure on shield, like say for example like down tilt and stuff like that, are not actually safe, but they push back far enough that they make it difficult. Good confirm there by Shinobu. Shinobu takes game 1. Back at forward smash, forward air, F smash, or no skill. So true. Yeah. Yeah. I'll make this the last set anyways then, probably, right?
It is the last set.
Yeah.
I guess, well, I don't know if anyone is even watching the stream. I guess you just let them know this bracket is continuing tomorrow while the Saturday qualifier.
Without a stream, get owned.
Yeah, without a stream.
Well, the thing is, if you drove, I would lend you this, but I'm not passing all this stuff over because it'd be a real pain for you to bring it here. Do you guys have storage here?
I could Uber here today.
Sorry?
I Uber here today.
Yeah.
Because I have to bring my bag.
Well, do you see how much I carry with me? Like, I have a lot of stuff. That's the problem.
I could
right?
ask someone for a ride.
I don't think it's something. I don't think it's something to do right now.
That's fair, but Ty used to give a screenshot to me all the time.
Yeah, but he had a laptop. Yeah. Right?
In a laptop, there's this extra little dongle thing you plug in, like a capture card.
So, I mean, I have, like, a lot of it. I would say, like, the one thing... Because basically what I'd like to do with this eventually, I want this to be able to be rented, right? So let's say, for example, you had a region where you had any sort of event. You could rent a rig if you couldn't find someone who was able to stream, or if you wanted someone to stream, you could rent this and be able to use it. Obviously, with this sort of venue, you're like basically balancing out each event, so that's not really on the table per se. But Yeah, if like what I want it to be is something that it doesn't necessarily have to be run by me. It just is a rig, right? And so as long as there's,
I know how to use this thing.
yeah,
I'm good.
So as long as there's like a common channel or something like that, which is why I want to make a separate like channel,
I used to have
is
that-
just so that it's got a stream key or something that people
I've
can
had
use.
this idea where I just like set up a Switch and stream Wi-Fi tournaments and offer to stream them for people and have a Wi-Fi tournament stream hub.
Yeah.
And you could just kind of do that same idea but for Alberta events.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, part of my like I'm trying to grow my brand, and part of it is going to be like based off like coaching content and stuff like that. So there's people who are going to tune into streams or tune into like the brackets for as they are, but if they're not from our region, they won't care. Yeah. Okay. All right. While that we've been going on, we've got Pit Inkling. Actually, a pretty interesting matchup in its own right because I actually think that Inkling wins this matchup. But Dark Pit is a better option between the two characters, if you ask me. I think the arrow adds just a little bit more pressure in neutral, which is good. But I saw the Pit stock came from a side B at high percent. I didn't see what Inkling stock was. I think it was like a forward air or something like that. Regardless, we're looking at a slight lead here for Pachacamac. Actually, now that I think about it, is it 1-0 for Pachacamac? Maybe I misinterpreted the portions here. I think it is, but I could be wrong. Oh, almost got the dare. That would have been a great reversal. Okay, that was a back throw that killed. Sorry, I remember now. Shinobu won game 1 of Terry. Okay, so it was Shinobu. All right, I was just making sure because I was looking at the port positions and I was thinking that I mixed them up. But okay, thank you, Step, for confirming. Okay, good back air, good coverage there, clean up by Shinobu. And we're looking at, a pretty even game here between the two of them, which is pretty cool. Nice to see. Goes for a back throw. So depending on the character, basically what happens with back throw with Pit is it doesn't send into tumble, meaning that you can't actually DI it. That really only works at 0% though. And so sometimes you can chase them down and basically get a follow-up because they can't DI it any differently and they'll hit the ground. Though generally you want to be something like a fast forward. Great advantage state there by Shinobu, cleaning up that stock. So now it's 2-0 for Shinobu. And it was in Pachacamac's favor there for a little bit, but wasn't able to get the momentum through on the last stock, and Shinobu just kind of ran away with it there. By the way, if you're new here, if you haven't followed, consider dropping a follow. If you're a regular, thanks for stopping by as usual. This is the last set, so we'll see what ends up happening here. It looks like they're returning to kind of mains. Pachacamac does play Pokemon Trainer. I don't know if Shinobu used the random generator or not, but we're looking at PT Kirby, which if I were to take a guess, I would say that PT wins this. But Kirby's just one of those characters where his boxing tools and his normals are just so good. They're very strong, right? So the part that's going to be hardest about it particularly is that PT does have confirms and also has disjoint, which is difficult at times for Kirby to try and do something about because he doesn't have that kind of disjoint. He's obviously got very sizable normals, but when you're using something like Vine Whip or when you're using Razor Leaf in neutral, that's something that Kirby just kind of has to take and slowly take inch by inch. And so we're seeing a lot kind of back and forth here, and then the edge guarding is potentially another sore spot for Kirby here. Good confirm there. Got the strong hit of the Vine Whip. I'm going to take a sip real quick. Give me a sec. Okay. I'm back. And yeah, it's just one of those situations. It looks like Ivysaur is putting in a lot of work in this matchup right now. And I mean, to be expected, kind of, because this is probably the character that's got the easiest ability to make use of Disjoint. Charizard's definitely going to be very formidable too, but you might want to use it more towards the high percent range. And even then, if you get something like a projectile, like Razor Leaf, I think that's just generally more handy situation. And it looks like Pachacamac's not even going to try and use Charizard, just going straight to Squirtle. Now swap back. And I think it's mostly because the kill confirms are something that he can rely on. So he gets another Vine Whip there. And this is a great counter pick as well, too, for PT in general. PT really likes Battlefield. And we're looking at, yeah, quite a bit here. Okay. Good back air. Shinobu is making some moves here, and that dare almost connected, but didn't quite hit. And gets swallowed, spat out. Now going to be using Charizard, which honestly, like, Charizard definitely can do stuff. Like, he's got the Disjoint. Like, I can just see, like, a situation where once, like, 60% hits, that back air is just a general kill option available. Don't mind the noise. That's just, we are in the middle of a cafe, so the cafe seems to be getting active. And an up B. Up B did not get punished into a kill. But back air will steal the stock here. And now we're looking at last stock situation. Pachacamac can make this work, but it's just sort of needing to really take advantage of, the juggles, maybe getting a confirm here. We're getting to the percent where this is going to actually properly confirm. I think now we're slightly out unless it's a Razor Leaf confirm. But let's see what Shinobu can do. Gets a quick confirm there with the down throw forward air. Putting pressure on with Kirby's normals. And yeah, that forward air has been a bit of a neutral monster here for Ivysaur. It's just such a big move, and he's able to drift with it. If he does it rising, then he's able to really just put work into it. This is a situation where I'm pretty sure up throw will kill, up smash will kill, back air will kill, and back air does it. So there you go. That's the part where going into Charizard near the end becomes very handy, because then you just don't need to worry too much about what you're using to kill. You just need to hit it. So 2-1. Yes, get rid of that stage. It's gone. Bad stage.
I keep forgetting about Violet.
Oh, Pokemon Trainer versus Ryu. Again, I don't think this necessarily will resolve some of the disjoint issues that we were looking at beforehand. But again, I think Shinobu's committed to the random. So I mean, I think this is a random pick if I'm not mistaken. It's just one of those situations where I think once Ivysaur starts getting going, this is really hard to deal with as an FGC character. Obviously, there's consistency in terms of the stocks and how you can take and deal damage, but you have to be very patient about how you're getting in, because these characters, these Pokemon, are going to be putting a lot of pressure on you from any part of the stage, and they're going to be able to have confirms. Good up air there, and yeah, the longer that Ryu's in the air, Ryu's not great in the air, especially landing, but it's sometimes what you have available. Also, kind of a thing about it is that focus attack is something that can be broken by either damage or by 2 hits. In this situation, Ivysaur back air is actually a really good option for breaking it. Leroy, welcome. Thanks for the raid. This is going to be my last set anyways, so we're going to be heading out in a sec. But hey, Ryan, how's it going?
My scene for you was just like,
all right. Okay.
People who don't
Up air.
play for a while, here's another great scene.
All right.
As Steve Donnelly.
And yeah, that Rising Fair was getting punished, and beautiful coverage with the Hadoken. That's okay, Ryan. I mean, to be fair, Roman's recently streaming, so it's good to show him some support. I'm gonna give a shout out to Roman. do I do this? How do I... Is it not a shout-out? Hold on. Shout-out. Yeah. Okay. Drop him a follow. Give him something that he does OOT Rando, so Ocarina of Time. It's pretty entertaining, but yeah, give him a follow. He's new to streaming, but he's working on it. All right. While I've been talking, it looks like Pachacamac's built up quite a lead here, and it's just that upper is that is gonna do it. Oh my gosh. Roman got a bad seed. Dang. Unfortunate. All right. And yeah, Pachacamac's not messing around. Pachacamac's going in.
These are Wi-Fi. These are Wi-Fi. This isn't though. Like this is just.
Well, let's look at offline LC. Well, most of those might actually. I don't know why we're listening.
All right, let's see what the final characters are here. So we got Pokemon Trainer. What is Shinobu getting? Shinobu's getting Ness. I don't think this is the worst pick. It's not the worst pick to get here, but it does depend on what you can do with it. Again, it's kind of running into fairly stubby characters. Ness is probably the one that's had the most range of all the characters here. And he does have PK Fire to his advantage, at least as well, and Back Throw, which is a consistent kill option. But that being said, you're still going to have to try and break that zone. Who made top 4? We have Elle, QC, Kalashnikov, and then the winner of this is going to be the last one here. So we'll see what ends up coming through. They are going to continue this bracket tomorrow. I will not be there tomorrow, so there will not be a stream, sadly. But, you know, I do what I can. And this is at least some matches here, right? Gives us a chance to sort of have things.
He wanted to spend the night again, by the way.
All right, a little bit of a lead here for Pachacamac. That does take an F tilt. Good spacing. Good ability of holding stage. Trying to go for an F smash. Looking for the crit, the smash. Okay, PK Fire. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, I'm picking up what he's putting down. Okay. And yeah, the PK Fire neutral is starting to really like make some moves here for Shinobu. Oh, beautiful catch on the air dodge. That was great. Oh, a little bit early on the forward air, so Pachacamac gets out of the corner. And now this is where things get scary because it's basically getting to the point where, yeah, it's going to be another attempted kill option. Oh, good hit with the PK Thunder, and yeah, that kills the DI. One thing about that move in particular, when you end up using it to chase somebody, I think sometimes it's hard to tell which side it's going to hit you from, and so then you end up DIing one way or the other, and if you get it wrong, then it's actually like a straight-up kill. It is really strong. Plus, in that situation there, he was quite high up in the air, so it's pretty understandable that it ended up converting into a stock. Now, if I was Pachacamac, I'd be considering maybe switching to Charizard to maybe just try and take the stock here. You have stuff like up throw, you have F tilt, you have back air. I think it's just better to start with that, and then you can maybe swap out now. Yeah, okay. But he's gonna have to be careful. Starting off with Squirtle is good. This is a good time because it's still low percent, still able to build up damage and get stuff accordingly. Okay, here we go. Back into Ivysaur territory. And yeah, here we go. Honestly, it's great that we're ending with a game 5. I think game 5 is a really good spot to be in. Okay, here we go. High recovery. Didn't chase with the PK Thunder, but I think pretty reasonable. Ooh, just about got into a proper confirm. And, okay, going for the back throw. Oh, or tried to go for a back air into potentially a back throw. Okay, this is a back throw, setting up into a high percentage situation. And that's going to do it, the up air. Oh, the DI, though. I definitely thought that was it, but great DI from Pachacamac. And, goes for the up smash. The up smash honestly just about hit, but if it was down smash, it would have been a little bit better for the situation. Beautiful placement with the fire. And, okay, here we go. And dash attack, catching through. And literally anything's going to do it here. Oh my gosh. Pachacamac doing his best to stay really active and mobile. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Good patience. And that's going to do it. The back air. Great set there. Really good stuff. Ended up closing it out. So that'll do it for today. Thanks to everybody who was watching. This bracket is going to continue tomorrow, but not on stream, and we'll be wrapping up for tonight. So thanks to everybody who stopped by. Appreciate it very much. And I will probably be streaming. It'll be a bit of a break for now. I will stream again after like the holiday period. I might stream a little bit before New Year's. But take care, folks. See you around.